Oh boy, man. Xbox, Xbox. The stuff they do in the background always surprises me. Some good, some bad. And when you got to give flowers, you got to give flowers. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Ad here coming at you another video. Today we're going to be talking about Xbox and the future they might be pushing for their hardware, for a variety of things. I think this particular rumor, there's a lot of reasons that they would do it. So what am I talking about? You guys know how I feel about PC. I don't hate it, but sometimes I get very frustrated with how things work on PC. Sometimes drivers don't update properly and you got to like manually download them. A couple of days ago I had issues with like my Wi-Fi adapter, not my Wi-Fi, my Bluetooth not syncing correctly, and I had to like reinstall the Bluetooth driver. So there's always issues with PC, but it's still a decent experience over there. But I don't like those little things. Some games when you pop in, if you don't start the game with the controller, I have issues there too. I don't know, maybe you guys can give me a little insight. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's a user error because I haven't been on PC like in a huge way. Well, but I do have issues over there. But when it comes to that, Xbox has always kept their foot on the floor and they kept their ear to the ground in terms of where they want to go in the future. Even if it's good or bad, Microsoft and Xbox are willing to, risk a lot of the infrastructure, and they're willing to push gray boundaries that you wouldn't normally see a console manufacturer make. What am I talking about? Mostly Steam coming to Xbox, an app. So sure, if you look at it from a standpoint on what's going on with Steam in general, I think there would be multiple reasons why Steam would come to this agreement. And what are those things? First off, let's go over Steam in general. The biggest thing that I'm kind of confused with when it comes to bringing Steam to Xbox, just an app that you can, I assume, access all of the games that you play on Steam on your Xbox, is, if you go into the Steam store, are you able to buy things on it? Or is it one of those things where you have to buy it on like your desktop or something? I'm kind of curious if like Steam or Xbox really, when it comes to their hardware, will they allow you to go on their hardware and buy something for Steam? Because then that essentially cuts Xbox out of the picture, because you're going to be giving Steam that 30%. Now, maybe they come to some kind of realization. I don't know how these things work. Maybe, they split it. Or maybe they just make it to where the only thing you can access on your Steam app on the Xbox hardware, or anything in the ecosystem, is just the game. So you can't access the store. If you want to buy the store, you have to go somewhere else to get it. But that would kind of defeat the purpose as well, because then people would just go to their PC and still not give Xbox that 30%. So I'm kind of curious if they come some kind of realization when it comes to that. Some reasons why I feel like Steam and Xbox would really benefit from each other. One thing, Game Pass. Game Pass is huge for Xbox. They really been pushing it the past couple years, and I feel like one of the biggest issues and one of the biggest blockades on PC is the fact that they're unable to captivate on Steam. Game Pass being on Steam would be gigantic, would be huge. Maybe that is worth hitting some of the 30% people that, would be on Xbox, given Xbox, and instead of giving it to Xbox, they give it to Steam. Maybe Steam is looking at it like, look, we might be putting our system on something else, and Xbox might be looking at it like we might be giving some of those sales to another platform such as Steam. But if they allow Steam to do that, and Steam allows them to put Game Pass on Steam, that'd be big. I'm willing to bet you right now, if you put Game Pass on Steam, because I think that's the biggest issue that a lot of PC people have, is not being able to have access to their Steam library. I'm willing to bet you their PC Game Pass subscribers, not like Xbox and them together, hell, might potentially double. I don't know. Maybe I'm I'm looking too much into that. Maybe you guys put in the comment section below. How much more progress you think they would work? Do you think it would be a little bit of a growth when it comes to Game Pass if, Steam and Game Pass was, actually usable together? Or do you think that, it would be way over that? I actually feel like they might double their PC subscribers if they're actually able to put Game Pass in its entirety on Steam. Another reason that is a little interesting, if this does happen and you're able to officially put Steam on the Xbox platform as an application, you can go in there and play everything on your Steam thing. I'm kind of curious where that lead PlayStation exclusives. Like right now, God of War's on PlayStation, Last of Us on PlayStation. I don't know if the Uncharted games are on PlayStation. I think they are. I don't know. Maybe you guys put in the comment section below. I don't play on PC enough to know stuff like that. Returnal's on PC. Everything's on PC. So I'm pretty sure that Sony would not allow this. I have seen, certain circumstances in the past, like the GeoForce thing. I don't know if they still do it, but I have been told they're able to block certain things coming to certain, platforms or wherever the application for Steam is used. It's not like one of those things where if they put it on Steam, they have no, say on whatsoever on where any of that goes. And even if they didn't, that would be a huge thing that they would put Steam and PlayStation and Sony into this giant argument on whether or not, because in my opinion, if Steam wasn't willing to work with them and shut those games from being playable on an Xbox platform, at that point, I think PlayStation would pull out of Steam and they would like go exclusive on Epic or maybe make another thing. I don't know. Maybe they don't see those sales over there, worth so much in terms of that, but I don't feel like PlayStation would be okay with that. Maybe you guys can comment on that in the comment section as well. Another thing, man, elephant in the room. It's no secret that Steam has been mildly successful with the Steam Deck. But one of the things that a lot of people don't like about the Rogue Ally is the infrastructure, the UI. People don't like that. People like stuff to be more mainstream, where you just click over, you click a button, and you're good. People like that life a lot away. People like that. I'm just thinking on a standpoint when it comes to something like that, that would help Game Pass subscribers a lot if they're able to put Game Pass app on Steam. I feel like, when you actually go into the Steam, because right here is my Steam, it would be interesting is if, you use this product and you're able to just go straight into a Game Pass app or maybe an Xbox app that goes into a Game Pass app, and you're able to play all of your Steam games and Xbox games on one handheld device. Now, obviously, they're rumored to be making their own handheld device. So where does that really lead it? I do know that if they're willing to put Steam on the Xbox ecosystem, most likely Steam would be on that handheld as well. So I don't think this really hurts anything. Xbox's biggest thing and Microsoft's biggest thing right now is like, we're going to go to the consumers, not the other way around. If you want to play our games on a Steam device, if you want to play our games on the ROG Ally, if you want to play our games on PlayStation, on Switch, or our hardware, Xbox, you're able to, and we're going to give you the tools and the accessibility to be able to do that. So I think right there is another big thing. Like, look, when it comes to Steam on Xbox in general, I think there's a lot of missing variables we need. For instance, like I said, I don't know exactly how the sales would be portionized because people don't realize how much money Microsoft and Xbox makes off that 30% percentage that they get from every publisher that releases games on their platform, every developer that self-publishes, and all the microtransactions. They probably make more money off of Fortnite than they make off of all their exclusives combined. Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty Warzone. Now they're bringing in 100% of those that's on their platform, and they're bringing 30% of everything sold on PlayStation. So I'm looking at something like that. It's just like, okay, when it comes to that, how are we going to move forward to that 30%? Is Xbox willing to let that go if they're able to get other stuff out of it, such as Game Pass on Steam Deck? They're able to get Game Pass on Steam in general. I'm kind of curious if, those are the things that's being used to leverage Steam being on Xbox. Because to me, Steam being on Xbox might put some what's what I'm looking for? Some value in the hardware to a degree because you're able to play your Steam games on Xbox, and Steam has been wanting to get into the living room to some degree. Now I don't know if that would ever change if the rumors about Steam making a console end up being true. Because would Steam want to do that? Probably, probably not. I don't know. Steam's usually a little bit more open to being everywhere, so I think they would be okay with that. But it's just like, to me, the biggest people to gain from putting a Steam application on Xbox is Steam. Xbox don't really get nothing on the back end because they're not getting the 30% off the Steam sales. You know, you can essentially do anything you want with it, and it makes it to where, you know, you go there and you can play all these games. And I feel like there's got to be more to it, and that's why I feel like there's been rumors in the past that Game Pass might be coming to Steam. We obviously see a little bit of push in the handheld market, so I feel like that's a possibility. There's a lot of things that goes into this I don't feel like a lot of people put in consideration. I do think that this is good. If this is true, even just Steam on Xbox with nothing else that I've talked about, this is good. I think this is a good move for Xbox. Bring value, give options to the consumer. And we're going to see how that goes out from here on out. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys feel. I'm very curious your guys' opinion on this. I think this is interesting. I do. I think Steam going on Xbox is a head scratcher in a lot of ways. A lot of good ways. Not necessarily a lot of bad ways. I feel like there's not really anything negative besides that 30%. And if Microsoft's willing to sacrifice that, if they get more stuff on the back end, I don't see even that being a negative. But put in the comment section below what you guys feel about that. Definitely hit that like button if you guys appreciate this video. You can always sub to the channel. We make weekly content on here, my guys. Go on there on Twitter. Follow me at Lord Addict ILP. I got a streaming channel where I go on there. You know, we do some React content. We play games. We just talk about everyday stuff, man. All that's in the description below. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Man, Steam on Xbox would be lit. I think I would actually buy another Xbox, like the next-gen Xbox, if I had access to Steam games on that. I think that would be pretty good. I'm still annoyed about the exclusives, though.